Happy Independence Day. Howdy, it is the Drunken One. It is now the 3rd of July, and I have to put in a little something for the 4th of July, pre-4th of July, Tipsy Sprouts thing. Alright, so anyway, here's I am. Alright, so I've been busy today, just like always. I don't ever slow down and just go, go, go. Today I went to, earlier, went and picked up some more makings for some beef jerky. I think it kind of fits in this more so than the brewing end. Either way, some of y'all watch the both of them, and hey, love you guys the most. Alright, so, let's start with the beer. I didn't really have any itinerary, just like I always don't. Okay, this one is called St. Arnold's. It's got some cool artwork on it. This is Art Car IPA. It's brewed in Houston, Texas, not too far down the way, about 30-40 miles or whatever. They have, like, the Art Car Museum. You might have those same kind of things in your town or not, I don't know. People with wacky ideas do some crazy stuff. There's one car, for example, that looks like a, looks like a disco ball. They put little mirrors all over the thing. There's ones that look like dinosaurs and giraffes and just whatever you can freaking imagine. Alright, so I know Tipsy Sprouts and doesn't do the drinking part so much, but we're going to start with this and then I'll get on with it. It's an IPA, it's very yummy. My wonderful wife, got me a 12-pack of these guys. And then she also got me a 12-pack of, I'm pouring it kind of aggressive, sorry guys. She also got me a 12-pack of cans of Samuel Adams, Boston Brewing Company, however you might know them. 4 different flavors, 3 cans each. Cheers to 4th of July, to Independence Day as it be. Alright, so, yes, what have I been doing? I got me some jerky. Okay, I know I was going to send out some jerky to y'all. I don't know what happened. I used all the preservative stuffs that you're supposed to use, which really isn't a whole lot. It's that pink curing stuff that you're supposed to use, and I did it properly. I don't know, maybe I had taken that to work or something, and maybe it sat in the truck for a day. Not really sure, but it was a bigger bag, and it might have got a little moisture in there. It started growing hair, you know, and I figured, you know, I've had food poisoning before, and it's not fun. After the 3rd day, I was dehydrated so bad I was having to do like Pedialyte and things like that, to where I didn't just lose all my liquids anyway. Cheers. So I didn't send that out. It's in the trash can, and so I got y'all's names and numbers and stuff and ready to send them out. I got the envelopes from the post office, like they're $6 an envelope no matter what you stick in there. And the damn shame is I think I'm really going to lose money on this because it's $6 an envelope and there's not going to be much in it. I'll see what I can do to get you a couple ounces of some homemade beef jerky. Now, if you're on my new mailing list or the ones that I'm sending out, oh, so be careful with this stuff. I cleared out the garden. I should have taken some pictures or whatever. I cleared out the garden of all the peppers. They were still a bit green. I dried them on the dehydrator, ground them up. They went in there. My nephew, who I never thought would have a garden at all, sent me some jalapenos via my wifey. And so it's jalapenos, it's habaneros, it's a bunch of cayenne, some Tabasco, the little yellow ones that will turn, well, they're green, they're yellow, but they do turn red. Anyway, I picked them all a little premature. Anyway, they're all in that mix. There's cumin in there, there's salt, there's garlic, there's onion, there's, oh my god, look out, there's 1/3 tablespoon of the kitchen sink in that jerky. It's in my studio, my room, whatever, it's just in there cooking as we speak, and so, yeah, it'll be ready to get sent out, they don't run on the mail doesn't run on the 4th, so look for it coming out earlier next week. I know I've been saying that, but I really got things together now. I got, like I said, a stack of those $6, put whatever you want in there and send it out. They're flats, so I can't send anything bulky, but I can make, you know, slim down a couple ounces of jerky. All right. Yeah. Cheers. Okay. I just put out a video a little earlier today. 4th of July thing. Hey, look. I got this. They used to have this little thing I'm about to show you. Let me see if I can move you all around. The light is really wicked this time of day. I'm here on the porch. Maybe this will help or not. We'll see how this goes. Let me drag you around a little bit. Better, I think. Okay, so I seen this device. Oh man, it's probably maybe even been a couple of years back. It's been a while. And I thought it was a great idea, and so I got a couple of them. They were fairly cheap. I'm trying to put this the right way to where I can make the most, I can make it sound the most interesting. Okay, I know in the UK they don't allow guns or knives or things like that, things that are dangerous. Okay, what we can put our hands on here in the US, well, at least in Texas that I know of, because, well, I have one, is $3.50 buys you an electric fence in a racket. What? He says, what? It's got two D-size batteries. This is an electronic fly swatter. Now, you look at it real close. Hopefully you can see it in the video. Hopefully it's not activated. It's if you know anything about electricity, there's a capacitor in here, I'm guessing. And so what it does is there's this initial screen on the outside, which is the same on either side. That is either like the positive or the negative. Now you look deeper in there in those smaller grates, that's the other polarity. And so if a bug gets in between this and the middle, it becomes a conductor. Okay, I don't want to show anybody a bug getting zapped because, all of a sudden, no drunken one's a killer. I'm going to flick a little water in there. So it's got a button on the side, right there, and you push the button. There's a bug flying around now. Okay, I don't want to be the killer guy, but hey, it does gnats even. So the thing is, with this, you don't have to like pin it down and smash it on anything. You just sweep it, you know? And here, I'll show you. I'm gonna get a little drip of water on my finger. I'm not gonna waste beer over this stuff. Okay, so I got it live, and I'm gonna like flick water into it off my hand. Ready? Huh? Like that. Does the same darn thing to bugs. $3.50. Like I said, they had them a couple of years back, and they last a long time, but they're kind of flimsy. They're just they're kind of flimsy, so you can't hit anything with it. You don't want to bang it against anything, otherwise it doesn't work. All right, enough of that. Cool, right? Let's go again. No more water. Anyway. It does gnats even. They're so small, it does gnats. So I made up some more of my insecticidal spray stuff. It is things that are au naturel. If you use 30 milliliters of cooking oil, could be sunflower, vegetable, whatever, some kind of cooking type oil. 30 milliliters of it, 5 milliliters of a natural soap, like your dishwashing soap, and what this does, and 1 gallon of warm water. Now, things that you can put in there also are things like red chili powder, jalapeno juices. Yeah, there's other things, and it's much more meant to deter them because of the jalapeno juices and the chili powder. So they bite the leaf and they go, that's hot. I don't want any part of that. The soap helps it stick to the leaf. Excuse me. The oils help it stick to the leaf and kind of somewhat. And I don't want to say cruel because they're cruel for eating my stuff. the soap actually works. If they're soft-bodied, it's. Don't make me sound like a bad guy. It smothers them. It smothers them. They breathe through their skin, and with the soap on them, they die. Whatever. I kind of like the other idea, and I've done it out there, and I'll show you a little bit of that. I think I might have even told you about it. Is slugs and snails love beer, just like me, and they get in there and they don't know any better, and they drown in it. Just not enough beer for me to drown in. Anyway, so that happens again. It's call it inhumane if you will, but there's no pesticides, there's no chemicals, there's nothing that's going to hurt your family, there's no growth hormones, there's no anti-whatevers. It just makes them gone, you know, whatever. I hate to be that guy, and if you read into everything too much, then you're going to find fault in whatever I might say. Anyway, yeah, let's take another sip off of this. Oh yeah, okay, I was just saying that, the jalapeno stuff I was just talking about. So I did that concoction of the oils and soaps like I just spoke about. So I cut the peppers yesterday, like I said, for the jerky. The stems and seeds. Nobody wants stems and seeds. Wink, wink. Those are all in here. Stems and seeds, and my hot bag will never be the same. I'm gonna have to really clean that. Anyway, inside of there are the stems and seeds. Just trust me here. And then so I put it in my Erlenmeyer flask with 800 milliliters. Yeah, I like the metric part, don't you? Super duper hot water at 100 degrees Celsius. On the outside, it's boiling. Get it? Okay. Anyway, let it sit overnight. Poured that in the mix with the oil and the soap, and so I went around and sprayed a whole gallon of that stuff on my stuff, and hopefully that'll get rid of the critters. I guess we'll take a quick walk out to the garden. There's really not a whole lot to see. The plants are kind of coming around, but there's not a lot to see. The hops have gone crazy. We can look at that. I'm already up to 74 minutes. No, I'm just teasing. I think we're up to what, 13 it says? 13. Okay, so we're up to 13 minutes already. I don't want to make this long and drawn out. So let's go out and take a little quick peek at the garden, and yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Bye-bye. Okay, I guess before I get off the porch, I'll show you these guys right here. Again, y'all don't live around here, so y'all probably don't understand. I'm trying to move slow to where I don't spook him. They're fairly common around here. These are our chameleons. You see the size of the bottle cap, and compared to him, he's not a very big one. But a lot of times they'll get, like you might see on the cartoons or whatever, they will get, they'll change colors compared to what they're on. See, he's watching me. I don't know if you can see him so much. I'll try to not spook him. But usually they're pretty docile. I mean, they won't like bite you or whatever, but sometimes they'll just hang around with you. He's not getting focused for some reason. Okay, yeah, I'm scaring him. There's another one that hangs out in my area. Okay, see how he blows? Yeah, he's not my same buddy. There's one that comes around and look what he does. He blows up, and I think that's a mating thing. I don't know why it's not focusing with a crap. Anyway, he's watching me. There's another one that comes around, and he's very familiar with me, and he doesn't. He's not spooked by much. Let me see if I can find him. I'll be back. Well, you know how it goes. You take your car to the mechanic and you say, this is how it was running, and well, by the time you try to show him, it doesn't work. I couldn't find my little buddy. I don't know why it's not focusing. There he goes. Alright. So he's not a great big guy, but I don't know if it's instinct or what, but you'll see him, he looks like he's about to throw up, and then there's a red little sack that comes out from under his throat. And as best I know, that's only on the males, and I think that's something like, hey girls, I'm not sure how it goes. It doesn't seem like it's focusing very well, but yeah, we see these guys around here all the time. The one I was looking for, my other buddy, yeah, I didn't see him. Usually he's around all the time. Like I say, he's just always there. Okay, let's head out to the garden, guys.
What the heck are you doing in there?
I'm just checking it. I stuck you in the mailbox. that's where my gardening tools are at. It's a mailbox. It's got gardening tools in there. Anyway, let's get on with it. We're out of the garden. I had to pour me a fresh beer because the other one got lame, and there's already a bug around. Oh my goodness. There's these kind of bugs. They're about the size of a bee or like a wasp or something, but they're super fast. I don't know what they're good for. They sure are annoying though. Anyway, let's look at the hops first. I guess we're gonna go backward this time. This is the Columbus hops. This is one I got from offline or whatever. And now, I'm not the tallest guy, but when I'm showing you this is about at 5'6" or so. This whole fence row isn't very tall. It's about at my eye level. I'm about 5'9". So anyway, it's taken off pretty good, and it looks like a second one has come up. And then, this guy here, I might have to back up to show you this guy. This is one that actually came from overseas. My buddy Darren. I'm trying to stay in the shadows so I don't blind you in the sunlight. That sucker has just gone nuts. I wait for the long ends to get up. I don't know if you can see it or not. You're kind of backlit. Okay, let me take a little sip and I'll try to help you out here. Okay, so yeah, the thing gets tall, and this is all like a plant up to here, which is quite a ways above everything else. So what I do pretty much is just kind of cram it back into this mix. So I let them get long and tall, and kind of just cram them in there, and then I try to get some of them to grow down, and boy, they're not keen about growing down, you know. So you just kind of take them and wrap them back around to where they'll grow down. So I'm trying to kind of fill up this whole little area. The thing is, I'm limited on this space, and I can't, this isn't just one hop variety, it's a bunch of different ones. If it was just one, I would just kind of let them grow wherever they want to. But these are several hop varieties that I'm doing here. At the very start, this one over here didn't take off at all. There was supposed to be one there, and then there's every 4 foot there's supposed to be another hop plant. This is Columbus, and this is the one, like I said, I got from the market, and it's doing okay, sorta. This is one I got from Darren Whittington from the UK, and it's gone crazy. Cray-cray, as the kids might call it. This is a Chinook. And this is actually a little hop plant down there. I don't know if you can see it or not so well. Anyway, that is a baby hop plant, and it's coming around, and I don't know if it's going to do anything this year or not, whatever. Another one from Darren, because he sent me 4 of them. 3 of them survived. This whole conglomeration, again, I'm trying not to blind y'all. This whole thing there, again, it is one of the Challenger hops that Darren sent me. Look how long this one is. It's way out here. So again, off camera, I will just kind of like stick that in the mix, but I don't want to intermingle them because I won't know which ones are which. So right here is the end of one style, and then right over here is another style, and that style is Cascade. Now the Cascade, I'm able to let just kind of go as they will because there's nothing down that direction, so I've got them set across the top, and we'll deal with keeping them contained. These are my hops, boys. There's a couple of them there. Who was it? Irish Groundhog, I think, said the twins. But they're coming along. Pardon the light if it's in the wrong area. But and here's another couple there. I don't know if you can see it. Here, yeah, here. Okay. Again, the light's kind of wacky. I'm sorry. But so they look like little pom-poms at first, and then they make the flowers. Hopefully this is working. Looks like my lens is dirty. Anyway, so they're just trucking along, and like I said, they kind of start out looking like that right there, little pom-pom guy, and then all of a sudden it turns into a flower. So that's the Cascade, the hops. That's the hops. All right. Again, I don't have a whole lot to show. What I did do in the last week was I contained the savage asparagus. I used some jute twine. I don't know what y'all might call it where you're at. It's like grass rope, I think, and some conduits and stuff to just try to contain them a bit. What happens is they just start getting big and they'll start falling over and they'll just kind of consume things. I mean, it doesn't spread. But they kind of get lazy and they fall over because they get so tall and heavy with the ferns that are on there. the ferns are important because that's what helps them grow for next year. They're gaining their resources. All right, so we're gonna skip on over to the collard greens. Now I just sprayed that stuff on everything today, like I told you a while ago. So some things aren't particularly happy about that, but they will work. It'll be all right. It's gonna get rid of the bugs. The plants don't seem to like it just so much because I just gave them a bath of soap and they don't want to be soapy. You'll see some of these little markers around here like that. Those are for, oh, look at that. And that needs to be cleaned out. See what's in there, guys? I don't know if you can see it or not. Those are the beer tubs I was talking about. Those are a bunch of little snails. And I'm not a bad guy. Don't get after me about killing snails. There's obviously too many of them. They can be anywhere else in the world, but they have to be in my little spot of my garden, so they have to go. That really needs to be cleaned out because that's getting gross. And I've only started that whole procedure about a week ago. But I put the little flags up to where I'll remember where they're at. Same scenario here, full of snails. So you want to get rid of your snails and slugs. You put out a little beer bath for them, and they sure dig it. Now the plants are much healthier than they were before. You can see I've gotten rid of the harlequin bugs, which are a type of a beetle. And yeah, used to this whole place was just covered in collard greens. Y'all go back and look at the old videos if you're interested. All right, let's move along. Don't want to make this too awful long. I saturated these guys with a bunch of water the other day. I have pulled out the dying or dead sunflowers that were in here. They got huge. They were beautiful. Go back and look at those. Hope this camera angle is doing all right and it's not too bright out to see what I got going. These are just to encourage bugs. These are to encourage the good bugs. See, my marigold, giant marigold guys came around finally. All right, so things are growing out here. Again, you can't eat flowers, or maybe you can, I'm not sure, I'm not that smart, but anyway, so these are just to encourage bugs, encourage good bugs and birds and hummingbirds and so on. All right, moving along quickly. I got me some new soaker hose. Check this stuff out. It's like a ribbon, but then you put water through it and then it puffs up round and then the water comes out just where it's sewn. Kind of cool. I got it at Northern Tool where I got the fly swatter thing. I think it was $8 for 50 foot of it, and that was really cool. Bugs swarming in my head right now. Bugs are crazy. Alright, so just a big general overview of this. Yeah, the biggest plants are the darn flowers. Again, that's to encourage the bugs. I'm not about having a pretty garden because that's not what it's about. We're growing peppers here, and so my pepper plants are coming along. This is a bell pepper plant. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of a red wasp that's flying around us here. This is my Butte Jolokia. Hopefully it works on the light. My Butte Jolokia, a ghost pepper plant. I don't know if you ever heard of it. A couple of years ago, it was one of the hottest peppers in the world, literally. And yeah, it's supposed to be 5 times hotter than a habanero. These guys are doing all right. These are my la tomates, the tomatoes. Flowers, now the pepper plant, you see how glossy the leaves are. That's from that spray I sprayed on them. I think that one's in habanero. Like I said, I picked all the peppers off, so I'm not sure right now. These guys here, that looks like dyeing stuffs. Each of those little round things on there, those are coriander, which will grow. Well, I guess you could use them like that. I'm not sure when to harvest them. But what those are cilantro seeds or coriander seeds, depending on where you live, I guess. They're supposed to be the same thing. This is parsley and weeds. So you have to pick out the parsley from the weeds. Of course, another tomato plant. I found a caterpillar on there about the size of my darn finger. Actually, I found 2 of them and disposed of them properly. I ended up having to put another metal stake. I don't know if you might be able to see it in there. I had to put a stake in there because it got kind of top heavy. You know? So it's growing fine. You see a bunch of new, what you call them? The flowers are showing up, so that's where the fruits are going to be, all as well. So we're going to have some more tomatoes. Like I said, I picked most of the peppers, so there's not really much to look at there. pepper plant. This one here, I think it got zapped by some bugs at one point, but it's coming back around, producing some peppers. All right, not a lot to show really. I'm just kind of, all right, here we go. And then these are green beans, which are struggling for some reason. I don't know. I got my underground irrigation, and it's just, I'm battling bugs right now. Right now. And here's another pepper plant, and you see it's kind of looking like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and that one too. But they're coming around. You can see it's damp in here. Those are all the radishes, and again with another snail trap. So that's that. We got some okra going. Really haven't had really good luck with okra. They're hard to grow in the sense the ants usually get them. And I guess you'd have to have a lot of plants to grow the okra. So I'm not having just super good luck with that, but there's one. All right. Yeah, I'm getting close to being done here, guys. Hold on. It's a little bit longer. Anyway, this is the row of cucumbers, and they're still doing their thing. Oh my Jesus, we've had so many cucumbers we pulled out of this garden. I've been giving them away to friends and families and stuff. Look at that monster. Holy mackerel. Here's my hand compared to it. There's another one, just monstrous. Look at that thing's, what, 3 fingers wide, eh? Yeah. Big cucumber. And so they've been kind of yellowish, and then they turn green, and so I'm not sure what to think about a bunch of them. Everything's been picked out of here, so I'm not really showing you just everything that has come out of here, but just things that are still in the mix. They're starting with some crazy colors, but then they're turning green, or I mean like the dark green. Anyway, let's get warm out here. So everything, like I said, kind of looks glossy. This is another, there's a jalapeno plant there, and you can see they got more flowers and more little babies. Hopefully it's on the screen, I can't hardly see. Look at that cucumber. From back here, I seen that one. That's a monster too. Is that not a nice specimen right there? I don't care what language you speak, man. Look at that. Nah, it's a cucumber. I don't want to pull them off the plant before we end up using them. Like I said, I've been giving them away because we've got so many. Holy crap, another 13 minutes here. All right, I got to skinny this down, boys. All right, I will catch up with y'all later. Thank you for coming by. Swing you around, although I can't really see you. I will turn it and see. Holy mackerel, how time flies when I'm babbling on this thing. All right, guys. May the force be with you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will check y'all later. Happy 4th of July. Got love. Adios.